Housing has turned out to be, of course, one of the big election issues. Let's start with Brooke van Velden, ACT Party. I want to ask you personal first. Do you own a house?
No, I do not. I'm 24. There's no way I can afford that.
Do you plan to buy a house at some stage?
I would like to, but at the moment it's just completely out of my reach.
Willie Jackson, how many houses do you own?
A couple.
Yeah. There we go. Good. Yep, good.
Oh, not allowed to own a house.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not allowed to own a house.
Okay.
Hey, not allowed. Shame. Oh, okay.
No.
No, Māori's not allowed to own houses. Eh?
No, hey, not about that, Willie. Not about that. But let me ask you, Auckland.
Yeah.
What sort of ping do you pay for them?
Well, the average price in Auckland at the moment is $1 million, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna bring that down to $500,000. And we're going to...
How?
It'll be a catastrophe.
How are you going to do
Banks,
that,
mortgagee sales everywhere.
How are you going to do that?
Well, could you tell them to shush out the back there?
No, this is top politics, Willie. It's not talk back.
Oh, that's right. Well, we're gonna build 100,000 homes. That's what we're gonna do over 10 years. 10,000 a year. I mean, we are the party for the people.
And who's going to be
There's no
building
doubt
those
about
homes?
it.
Okay.
Hang on, I haven't finished.
Collapse the banking sector.
20,000 for Māori. We're going to get into relationships with iwi and with tribes. We're going to increase the emergency housing. I mean, what a fantastic result.
Let's just scratch
and
that up.
$500,000 in Auckland.
You'll be
Willie.
eroding 50% of everyone's equity.
300,000 in
It's
the
outrageous.
regions. We are the party for the people.
You bang on about poverty. Let me ask you. You want to get it down to $500,000. Okay, so you've got a $100K mortgage. You've put that together through struggling hard work. You've got a $400,000 mortgage deposit, rather. You've got a $400,000 mortgage. That's about $2,000 a fortnight still. It's a lot of money still.
Well, $500,000, a $500,000 house is better than what the Tories are giving you right now, isn't it?
Okay, well,
$1 million average in Auckland.
And you
Haley
know why
knows.
it's so expensive?
Haley's in $1 million house herself.
Hang on. Do you own a house?
No, I do not. I rent in a old, cold, damp house in Glen Eden that has overflowing sewage sometimes when it rains too much in the backyard. I mean, this is what Auckland is living. It's fine.
Do you hope to buy a house one day?
I would absolutely love to buy a house, but much like Brooke, I can't afford it, and it's really out of my reach.
All right, you're from the Waikato. So you'd have 3 or 4 houses in the Waikato, yeah?
In the Waikato, yes, actually,
Yeah, how
there's a
many
candidate
houses?
who's
How many
not
houses
from
do you own?
Auckland. One.
Okay.
But look, obviously there's growth-related challenges. We're growing so well at the moment, and it's fantastic to see that as a country.
Willie gave a
That's a lie.
I'm sorry, it's not a
lie.
success.
Willie gave a
Homelessness
compelling
is
argument.
not a success.
Willie gave a compelling argument for what they're going to do. What is National going to do? Because
Nothing.
because you haven't done anything
Done
for
nothing.
9 years.
No, we have been doing things. And look,
Nothing.
we've seen a lot of New Zealanders staying home, and that's a measure of success as well. They choose to live here rather than travel. I'm proud of that. But we need more houses. We're doing that. We're increasing the Home Start grants. We've streamlined the
I know all
consenting
that. I know all
process
that.
and the extra land. That's been opposed
The Home
by these
Start
guys.
grant's not
And
gonna
now they're
help
trying to talk their
anybody,
way out of something
Tim.
they've acted their way
So,
into.
do we have a housing crisis in Aotearoa?
We have challenges
Do we
depending
have a
on where you
crisis?
are. You can call it what you
Yes.
like. It's about
Yes,
creating
we
a
do.
solution.
Do we have a crisis?
It's about a solution, and that's what the National Party presents.
So I would like to say we do have a crisis, and the Home Start grant would be welcomed in a normal market, but it's not a normal market. It's ridiculously
We're seeing the
inflated.
market flattening
So the
at
Green
the
Party
moment
want to
and dropping
introduce
in
a
some
rent.
places.
The Green Party want to introduce a rent-to-buy scheme. So for people who can't afford in the commercial market, they can the Crown can help them into their own house.
What do you reckon of that, Brooke? A rent to buy or some sort of? I get a feeling. I've been following housing policies closely. We need a big vision solution for housing, and it hasn't really come from
Yeah.
any party. Brooke,
What are you talking
No,
about?
you're
No,
right.
no, no, no.
Haven't you been listening to
Got $1 billion housing infrastructure fund.
Cut it out.
I
Brooke,
tell you, the ACT Party is the only party that has an actual solution to solving the housing crisis.
What?
National talk about increasing this home starter grant, but it's going to do nothing more than just inflate the market even further. It's a supply issue, and we have led the conversation on this, and I'm
That's why
glad
we're
people
building
are finally
34,000
starting to
new
talk
homes.
about it. But in our policy, we could build 600,000 more homes just in Auckland.
let's go to Charlotte. I'll come back to you, folks. That's interesting. I'll come back to you, Charlotte.
Sir, do you own a house in New Zealand?
Yes, I do, in Auckland.
In Auckland. What did you pay, if you don't mind me asking?
760,000?
Just recently?
No.
How many years?
12 years ago.
Right.
2 million now. 2 million now.
It's worth $2 million. Are you going to sell it?
No.
Will you move into another one? Would you pay $2 million for a house in Auckland, or would you get out of Auckland?
If I sold it, I'd have to buy another house for $2 million. Stupid.
Well, you're kind of lucky though. Good budget compared to the,
Well, it is about budgeting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So any advice to youth? Budget.
Have wealthy parents.
Well, dreams are free. Sir, you're being very vocal over here. Do you own a house in New Zealand?
Yeah, I own two.
2 houses. Where are they?
Wairarapa, which is one of the fastest growing regions in New Zealand.
What did you pay?
My first house, I paid $96,000 for it,
What year?
about 10 years ago.
Wow. And the second house?
About 3 years after that, paid $180,000 for it. Yeah.
Those are very, very good prices. Do you think you could afford a $500,000 house?
I'd love to, absolutely, but yeah, Wairarapa is one of the fastest growing regions, and we just love living there, and you can get a house there now for $300,000.
All right.
Still a good mortgage. Yeah.
I want to put Willie. I want to put a solution to you that there was on a doco the other night. It cooled the market in Hong Kong. It cooled the market in Switzerland. It cooled the market everywhere it was introduced, and that is a 15% foreign buyers tax. We need a big vision around the panel. Willie, what do you think about a foreign buyers tax?
Yeah, no, well, bar foreigners altogether at the moment in terms of buying our houses.
Yeah,
That's
rip
what we're
up our
saying.
free
You know?
trade agreements.
No, we've got to be careful here. We've got to look after the New Zealanders at home. We can't have these investors coming in. He let all his mates in. They buy up, and the houses go through the roof. We've just got to cool things.
We need to build more houses. That's what we're doing. And cutting immigration is not going to achieve
Get our
that.
apprentices into things. We're going to get 4,000 apprentices
Around the panel.
and they're going to start rebuilding.
4,000. We need 46,000 according to
but
your
you haven't
numbers.
done
You're
nothing.
cutting
Yeah, but
immigration.
you
You're not going to
haven't
build
done-
those
you haven't done
houses.
For your constituency, around the panel, what's an affordable, for example, Hayley, in Helensville, what would be an affordable price for a home for you?
For me, I would say around 500,000.
500? What about you, Tim, for the
Waikato
Waikato?
is really variable, so it could be 300 through to 500.
What about for Auckland Central, for ACT? What's an affordable home, quote unquote, for you?
For me, none of them are affordable. I looked at what I would need for a deposit to actually get one of the affordable homes. It's going to take me 12 years to save for that as
you
a
get
single
Homestart grant
person.
and KiwiSaver.
That's
We'll help you out.
A
Is that-
Homestart grant will not give you $200,000,
It's
which is what
crazy,
you need
crazy.
for an average priced home in
There's
Auckland.
more to
That's
New
a good
Zealand
point,
than
Tim.
Auckland, actually.
That's a good point that Hayley says. It's tinkering. It won't give you 200K for Auckland.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.